Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete. You're watching Pete J. Cooper, the model builder, and we're doing a finish build today. Last stage of the Miura. As you can see here, our yellow monster that we're building from Agora model. And I really want to get into this, so let's get straight into it. The only thing I want to say is have a look at my channel and please like, subscribe, and join me. Anytime that I start a build, as you can see in the background there are quite a few. Have a look at that little cupboard that I have got there with the open cupboard that, as you can see, that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 builds in there. So there is more than enough for anybody. There's more than enough for anybody to have something of their liking. And you have to do with this dude though. So I'm not going to change. But let's get straight into this build. We do have parts from the previous stage, so let's see what where we're starting with. We're starting with those two. These are the number plate lights. Pushing those all the way in. Let's see. We're going to put those on to those points and see how we get that along. So that is how you put it on. You push this on like so. The little lug goes into that little hole there and the screw hole goes into the other. I think you can see that. They're in like so, and we're putting 2 B screws in there. That's what we need now. It's a tiny little hinge pin or something. What is it? The rear lock mechanism. I don't think that needs to be screwed in. You can't screw it in. But as you can see, it's in there. Now we're going to have a look at where the number plate is. So we have the Miura number plate, as you can see right there. These are in there together already. Then we need that little thing. Then we're going to get that one out. Push that in, like so. As you can see right there, properly in there. Alright, now let's see what kind of screws we are going to use. It's all D screws. We did get those in here. So we've got that in as well. As you see in the corners, right in the corner there, in the middle there is a, yeah, I should be pointing there, but we've got a screw in there, there, and there. And then we get a B screw out to put that number plate on. Alright, let me twist that around, and that is what we have. We've put those lights in, this number plate. Well, that was that for this stage. So as you can see right here, these are the parts that we have in this stage from stage 92, but in stage 93. We're going straight to that side and putting that little thing on, and that's where we're going to put that on the speaker area here. So let's get that backing off. As you can see, really nice. We get that one out. You saw that in the previous stage, and there's not a certain way that that should go in. We are going to put on right here. So we're going to put it on like that, and I am going to put a little bit of glue in there. Take that one out and put it on like so. Make sure it goes over those points right there, and then we're going to screw the B screw, those plus the lights, because we're going to make those now. We're taking the back end of the car again and we're putting it on like so. Then we can screw in from the back, and they are B screws. Those 2 lights in there screwed in on that side, and of course on the opposite side as well. We're going to put those lights in there, and then we can, so we've put those lights in. As you can see there, the wires are going, there it is. You do need to put some force on that. That side is already in. There we go, and that is what you should have. Well, that's that for stage 93. So that is it for the stage 93. And let's see what we do. We get that one out and put the speaker on. Careful with that speaker, and we're going to put that in to the recess that is in there, and have a good look where that is, because that's where the wires are going to go through. Then we're going to get the cover over it, and have a good look. Again, the wires are on that side, but we do get them through to that little. So this is what it should be like. And let's see what kind of screws we're putting in. Yeah, but we are pushing that wire through the little hole in the corner right there, as you can see coming out. So then we're pushing that little thing on, and we're putting B screws on that. Careful with that light that we pushed in there. I was pushing like crazy on it. I shouldn't be doing that. Then we're getting that one out. And is there a certain way to put that in? I don't know. We put that on there like so. So we have that, and it should be pushing forward a little, as you can see right there. And that's normal. And they're pushing it on like so. And they're not showing it, but I'm putting 2 B screws in the back to keep the hood in. Way in the back, I don't know if you can see that. Way in the back there, right next to that light, there's a screw that there's not posted as to put in, but I did it. And of course the same thing on the opposite side. Yeah, it's a little bit strange. So that's that little thing, and we're putting 2 screws in there, which still remain the B screw. Then we're going to turn that thing around, and we're getting that plate out. And if you see those little things that come out are going to go in those, and of course you put it in like so, so it's stepping down and not stepping up. That is what we have. The wires to the back. All right, these little tabs have something to go into right there. So wow, these aren't easy to put in. This is a bit of pushing and shoving, guys. B screws in, screws that are going inside are B's, and now we're going to put screws right here, and they are the S screws. I'm going to turn it to myself so I can put them in properly. And these are screws that have a thin thread, so that means we're screwing into metal, so we do need to use a little bit of oil on that. So we put S screws on that point, those 2 points, and B screws into the holes that you see in the arches. We need to make sure that those points are out. Yep, we lined those up with what we had earlier. The boot. Let's see how that works. All right, that looks good to me, and that is 95 done. So we've got that wheel together, and now we're going to put those wheels on. We've got the eye screws, and we've got some very tiny little things here, and the wheel nuts. Let's start here. If you can see that from the top camera, you may see that notches that are there that correspond with the notches that are here. Okay, I didn't have a good closure before. I have got a better one, and it's all to do with an adjustment you can do on the chassis. And I will do one more of those, and maybe I can show it to you. Let's see, there are 2 screws right beneath there that are screwed into the chassis like so. If you adjust those and tighten those up, that will put the whole chassis in a better position. It looks a little bit better even, but still this one is a little bit up. Maybe when all the wires are in the right position, but let's leave it like this for a moment. That is what we have at the moment. That's a little bit of fighting, and that's stage 95 done. All the wheels are on there, and I've pre-positioned it a little bit so it's neater in there. Now we're going to this side, and we're going to put 2 of those little labels on that we just got, with each the Bertone and the Bertone emblem right there, as you can see properly. Let's get that one out. We're working in this area because that's where the battery box is going to be. 2 B screws to get them in. Okay, we've got the switch in. So we've got that whole thing off, on off switch working perfectly. That's the left exhaust and the right exhaust. So we put the 2 exhausts on. We're gonna do some wire plugging. Okay, I'm gonna connect the wires and come back to you. So I've corrected everything that went wrong, and we're putting the wheel nuts on now. Just push them onto the outside of the wheel. And that is what it looks like, right there and right there. Next part. Back after a few days, and we're going to finish off the Miura today. I've got all the parts, all the little parts here, so let's just get started. And we start with putting that one together with that one, and then we're going to put it on carefully, like so. And we're going to put it to the side because we need to put that cloth out, because we're going to turn it upside down and put some serious screws on. And by serious I mean pretty darn big ones. There we go. So we put those 2 on, and we're going to get these cables. I'm sorry, you may see this on the in that camera through there. Then they're saying it to put it under here. So we've got the 2K the headlight cables in right here, and we're gonna get the plate and ready, and this one goes into, I think it's number 5. Yep, that didn't go too bad. And we need the box for that, and we start with K screws right there. So we put B screws in this one and the opposite of the one. This plate is not going in too badly. Let's see, we need to make sure that we're not pinching any cables when we put the front in. Let's see what we put into the front ones. Then we're going for A screws. So we're all over the place. Always a little bit of oil when you're into metal, and this is into metal. I'm taking the door out because it's not properly in there in some way. Alright, we put the second one on. Well, here you go, the car in all its glory, and the ending is a little bit of a hard thing, because one of the cables of the lights broke because it's too tight in there. Make sure you leave a lot of slack in there. As you can see, this is not closing good and as well, as is this part, and that door on this side it's okay. So I've put these skirts on, as you can see right there, and I've put the Bertone right here and on the other side. I've put the lights, the stickers in the back here and here as well. One of the exhausts broke off, so I need to do something about that. But let me just let you here have a look at that, and if I press the brake lights, they light up as well. And if you press the accelerators, it works as well. So that is that car completely done, and it's not the very best, the nicest that I've done, but it's done. There's no more to be done on this build, so thank you very much for joining me again. And this is the finished article. In the background you can hardly see anything because it's dark, but this is the finished car. I hope that you join me on another build that I might do. You just have a good look on my channel and see what I do as well. But thank you very much for joining me here. Please like, subscribe and post it in, and as I said, join me next time on any of my other builds. Thank you very much. Bye bye.